Luigi, Luigi, Luigi. It seems like Nintendo can't get enough of him this year. For someone who for so long stood in the background, he sure is getting noticed a lot lately. Especially with stuff like this. It's like Nintendo found out they had another son and were finally like, hey, you know that Luigi guy everyone loves? Let's do stuff with him more. Now this year is even named after the Green Man himself. For those of you who have been living under a rock that most people seem to be living under lately, Luigi is Mario's younger twin brother. He was first made as a player too in the original Mario Bros. Arcade game, and never really had his own personality in the original NES titles. Well, except the Lost Levels. We don't speak about that game. Come Super Mario Kart, however, Luigi finally stopped being a palette swap and gained his own characteristics and features that made him stand out from the crowd. He gained his own fan base and became a superstar in his own right, appearing as a side character in spin-offs, and unfortunately missing out on a 3D adventure with his brother. When the GameCube arrived, however, Luigi finally got his time to shine in the underrated GameCube classic Luigi's Mansion. With this game we got to become more familiar with the plumber in the shadows, as he battled ghosts and trekked the haunted mansions to find his brother. All the while we were there guiding him and trying not to wet ourselves by playing the game alone in the dark. This gem breathed new life into the Mario universe and showed that Nintendo could add personality to their characters and step out of the box, which for some reason seemed to dwindle here and there over the years. Fans of the first outing were itching for more. When was Luigi going to be the star again? I don't know, you tell me. Sure, he was playable in the two galaxies, but as we know, fans are hard to please. I'm looking at you, Sonic fanbase. However, come E3 2010, fans were graced with a trailer of pure bliss. Luigi's Mansion 2 was finally here. Being that the first game was supposed to support 3D, the idea being scrapped due to cost, it was natural that the game was going to be placed on the 3DS. With this trailer and a promise of a new game starring Luigi, it was now just time for us to wait. Which, if you're like me, you can't really do when new games of your favourite series comes out. The story of Luigi's Mansion 2 is as follows. One night E.Gadd, yeah, E.Gadd, remember him? No? Well, I do. E.Gadd is working on his inventions with the friendly ghosts of Evershade Valley until King Jerk over here decides that hostile ghosts are more fun and destroys the Dark Moon, the source which calms the ghosts. Meanwhile, Luigi is at home sleeping in front of his TV when E.Gadd contacts Luigi in a scene reminiscent to the film of Poltergeist. Luigi is unwillingly teleported, or rather pixelated, into E.Gadd's safe bunker, and from there the game begins. Luigi's Mansion 2 offers a new yet familiar feel. No more can you travel just one mansion. You now traverse 5 different mansions, each filled with puzzles and ghosts. However, the game now follows a mission structure. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, actually, I don't. But you might be saying, why isn't it free roaming like the original? Why can't I just explore this however I want? Why is my hot dog cold? I'll answer these all in due time. Well, except the last one. That you can deal with yourself. Personally, I like the mission structure. It's perfect for the handheld experience. However, I do agree that you should be able to explore a bit more willingly. But more on that later. The core gameplay mechanic is with Luigi's trusty Poltergeist 5000. As with the first game, sucking up ghosts is like fishing. Pulling it in the opposite direction allows you to suck the ghost up faster, and the flashlight has been tweaked, or rather, strobe light as it is now known. Luigi can now charge the flashlight to stun ghosts in a wider range, which I must say is something I felt was really needed in the first game. However, no more is the Poltergeist limited to certain functions. The developers seem to have played around with the ideas a bit more, and now Luigi can float, hold buckets of water, and even pull certain objects to allow him to solve puzzles, and each mansion uses these mechanics very well. The 5 different mansions have a unique theme to them. From clocks to icy mines, each feel unique and provide a different experience with each. Boos are also back, but are much more difficult to find. Rather than lighting up a room, you must search for certain objects with your dark light, and use your poltergeist to fling them around the room. But they don't go in and out of rooms, which is nice. Presentation wise, this game looks great, especially for being on a handheld. The cutscenes in this game are probably the highlight of the whole experience for me. Finally, Luigi and all the characters have life in them. They're not just limited to cardboard boxness, if that's even a word. The way Luigi reacts to certain situations and the way the characters animate had me laughing out loud to the point I was getting 'getting 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 '
Oh, yeah! Wow! Yeah.
There is, however, issues with the frame rate at certain points. Sometimes the game runs better than normal, and then sometimes it just drops, especially during some of the cutscenes. The mansion's unique and stylized appearance reflect each of the environments well, and while it's no different to the settings in a standard Mario game, it's good to have more than one mansion this time around. The replay value of the game is great, if you're a completionist that is. Finding the gems and getting your gold ranks will sure have you playing for a long time. Yes, you get ranked after every mission in the game, based on your time, ghost court, how much treasure you have found, and how much health you have lost. Now I've been going on a praise fest for this game, but there are some issues I'd like to bring up. Like all games, none are perfect, and each have their share of problems. My first issue is the calls. I love the ringtone for Luigi's DS, or rather, dual scream. Genius, isn't it? That's why he's the scientist. But when E.Gadd is constantly calling you, it can sometimes get annoying and bring you out of the immersion. Especially when you are just replaying mansions to better your rank or find certain jewels. I do like the touch, and it doesn't happen as much during the later half of the game. But when I play a new game, I want to jump straight in, not listen to explanation after explanation for every time Luigi takes a step.
Oh, yellow. Oh, yellow.
And is it me, or is E.Gadd just being a jerk sometimes to Luigi? I mean, give this guy a break. You woke him up to come hunt ghosts, and all you're doing is insulting him? And I get called the jerk. The mission structure, like I said, is good. But in a game where exploring is encouraged, and believe me, it's encouraged a lot in this game, what's the point if you're restricted at times? The first game was limited to certain areas at a time, but at least you could revisit areas and find things you missed without being in a certain mission to do so. Overall, Luigi's Mansion 2 is a game I highly recommend you pick up. If it's not the game itself that catches you, then at least do it for the polish and presentation put into this game. The personality in the characters' environments just show what Nintendo can do when they actually care about putting life into their characters. Come on Nintendo, we can't always have one-dimensional characters. This game is a great way to start off the year of Luigi, and while my Wii U continues to gather dust, at least I have my 3DS to keep me going, until a game we were promised comes out. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Rayman, with your no limbs and you're suddenly going multi-platform and being put to the last minute. Yeah, you go hide in your corner of shame. Traitor. I hate you. You traitor.